So, what's going on with the ICP chart? Why is it just going sideways? I mean, it has been going sideways since June, as you can see. And, well, there's only one answer for this, and that is Bitcoin dominance. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, it's currently exactly at the 0.69 extension that I gave you a couple of months ago. And like I said, it's very likely that we top very soon. And obviously we could break a bit above it, maybe get like 61% or so. But even if we do that, I'm still expecting Bitcoin dominance to get a correction very soon, only because in the past 9 years or so, Bitcoin dominance always went down in October. Bitcoin dominance always went down in November. And also keep in mind, we are overbought on the weekly chart, and every time we go to the overbought territory on the weekly chart, for example right here we went to the overbought territory, we get a correction. And also, if you check out what happened in the previous cycle when we actually topped, as you can see here, we also got to the overbought territory, and then the Bitcoin dominance chart just dumped. So maybe we're just copying what we did over there. Now keep in mind, this happened in December of the previous halving year and not in November, but still, we don't have to copy exactly what we did in the previous cycle. We could do something entirely different. And it would have been partly different because at the end of the day, it's still a similar time of the cycle. So, you know, and also if you look at the monthly chart, we are also almost overbought, and it looks like the RSI wants to start reversing. So in my opinion, we will get a correction on the Bitcoin dominance chart very soon. And when that will happen, ICP will finally manage to form some kind of 5-wave move to the upside. But he has to keep in mind, even though Bitcoin dominance is hitting new all-time highs, ICP is actually holding out quite well, and I read a comment complaining that ICP hasn't done anything for the past 2 or 3 months. And funnily enough, that comment was on a video where I was talking about Bitcoin dominance. So maybe some of you don't understand this. If Bitcoin dominance goes up, ICP cannot go up with it. And now, of course, ICP has a much smaller market cap, so theoretically you could say that it could get some kind of plump and it would not affect the Bitcoin dominance chart that much. But still, keep in mind, Bitcoin dominance is at new highs for this cycle, so of course ICP cannot go up. But even so, I mean, ICP is still in this triangle right here, and it's still respecting support levels, so I don't really understand why people are complaining right now. I mean, in the previous cycles, when Bitcoin dominance was going up, altcoins were doing this, and nobody was really complaining, so I don't really get the hate right now, to be honest with you. ICP is actually holding up a lot better than some other altcoins. Now, I also want to talk about Bitcoin for a second. So, as you can see here, we formed a 1-2 setup after we got this low right here. And right now we are working on the third wave of that 1-2 setup. And of that third wave, we only have the AB structure, which means that we still need a C wave. And of that C wave, it looks like we have the first 1-2 setup, which means that at some point we need a C wave of the C wave, and I believe this is it right here, and this is the 1-2 setup of the C wave of the C wave, which means that we should get a C wave of the C wave very soon and get to about $80,000 by hopefully the end of the month. But honestly, I kind of want to see that happen in the next couple of weeks, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. And also keep in mind, we dropped from about $73,000 to about $68,000, and we went from being extremely overbought to almost oversold on the 4 hour. And usually what this means is that we're about to start going up. If you can remember, when we were down here, we got to the oversold territory, and I told you that it's very likely that we go up. And what do you know? We went up. And here as well, we got to the oversold territory, and we went up, and I told you we would go up. So this would have been a very good long position, but you know, nobody really listens to me, so yeah. Now, if we do get a pump right now and we get about $80,000 in the next couple of weeks, I think that would mark the top of Bitcoin dominance, only because, like I said, Bitcoin dominance is at the 0.618 extension, and it also always goes down in November, and also it's overbought on the weekly and almost overbought on the monthly. So if we do this, I think the altcoins will finally start outperforming Bitcoin, and that's when the real altcoin season will finally start. Now, if you look at the ICP chart, As you can see, ICP is still trying to form some kind of 5-wave move to the upside, but it's obviously difficult because, Bitcoin dominance is going up. And after getting this low right here in July, we formed a 1-2 setup. And by the way, in the second wave move down, ICP actually respected support levels and it did not invalidate the 1-2 setup. So many altcoins actually got another row in the second wave move down, in the May second wave move down right here. And ICP did not. And it actually reacted to the trend line, which is very good. And then after that, we formed an ABC structure to the upside to form a first wave move. And that is only the first wave move of the third wave right here, which is the third wave of the yellow 1-2 setup. And then after that, we formed another ABC structure to the downside for the second wave move down, which I believe got exactly to the 0.786 support level. And then we formed an ABC structure to form an A wave of this third wave of this 1-2 setup. And right now we are still in the B wave of that ABC structure of the third wave. And at some point, like I said, we need a C wave. And if we want to stay bullish and if we want to get a C wave, we'd have to stay above this low right here, which is at $6.79.6. If we get below this low, then we will invalidate the AB structure right here and we will not get a C wave to the upside. However, if we stay above that high, then we could get a C wave to the upside, and the C wave to the upside should put us at the 200% extension of this AB structure, which is at $13.79. And honestly, we could get there this month, only because Bitcoin dominance, like I said, will most likely go down. So if that happens, then of course ICP will get a pump. And if we do get to these levels, we will also get above the bull market support band, which by the way, just had a cross. And usually when we get a cross on the bull market support band right here, and the green line goes above the red line, that's when a pump usually happens on the ICP chart. As you can see here, after we got the bear market low, we had a cross, the green line went above the red line, and then we went from about $2.70 or $2.80 to about $20. So, this is usually very bullish. And if we get to the C wave right there, that will complete the third wave of this 1-2 setup, but that will not confirm that the second wave move down right here is in. We will still need a fourth wave move down and then a fifth wave move up. And once we get these 5 waves, that will only complete the third wave of this yellow 1-2 setup. And that third wave should get to at least $16.13.5, which is the 200% extension of this 1-2 setup. And then after that, we'll still need a fourth wave move down and a fifth wave move up. And once we get these 5 waves, I will finally be able to confirm that the second wave move down is in and that we are heading in a third wave move to the upside, or maybe you want to call this a C wave, doesn't matter. What I know is that at some point we need a third wave because ICP at the end of the day is in a 1-2 setup and it's respecting support levels. So if it is respecting support levels, then of course we need a third wave move up as well at some point. And this third wave could obviously get to the 1.618 extension right here and get about $139, but it could obviously only get to like the 100% extension of this previous high right here, and that would be fine as well in my opinion. And what happens after the third wave is unclear. I mean, we could get a 4 and a 5, but I'm not sure if we will get that, but we'll see what happens with that. And also check out the monthly RSI. As you can see, we are at an RSI of like 32 on the monthly chart, which means that if we do get like $100, I mean, I don't think even that will put us at the overbought territory, which is very good because this means that ICP can go up quite a lot before it gets to the overbought territory. Now, if we go on the weekly, it's pretty much a similar story. ICP is nowhere near close to being overbought, and it could go up a lot from where we're at right now and still not be overbought. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. I still remain bullish, like I said, and I'm expecting an R20 season very, very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want to support the channel. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.